Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm about to reveal something almost nobody will tell you about love. The kind of love that changes a man's life forever. And I don't mean the fleeting crushes, the late-night texts, or the convenient companionship. I'm talking about true love, the kind that seeps into your bones, challenges your mind, and awakens a part of you that's been dormant, sometimes for decades. Most men will spend years chasing illusions. Women who flirt with their ego, who excite their senses, but who never truly see them. They confuse attention for affection, desire for devotion, lust for loyalty. And the harsh truth? That kind of chasing will leave you tired, frustrated, and questioning if love even exists. But the signs of true love are subtle, almost invisible if you're not paying attention. It doesn't scream. It whispers. It doesn't chase. It stays. The first sign you need to notice is unconditional acceptance. True love doesn't try to mold you into someone else's version of perfection. It doesn't demand you hide your flaws, your fears, your weird quirks that you secretly think make you unlovable. The woman who truly loves you sees all of it and doesn't flinch. She doesn't try to fix you or push you to be a man you're not. Instead, she celebrates the layers of who you are, the confidence, the insecurity, the mistakes, the triumphs. That acceptance is rare because most people are attracted to what looks good on paper or what feels good in the moment, not what resonates with your soul. Another sign is patience under pressure. True love is tested when life isn't Instagram perfect. She doesn't abandon you when money is tight, when career goals falter, when stress turns you into someone you barely recognize. She stays. She encourages. She guides. She challenges. But she doesn't run. And here's the kicker. This is not about her being a saint. It's about her genuine alignment with who you are at your core, even when you're at your worst. If you miss these subtle signals, you'll spend a lifetime with someone who looks like love but isn't. And that's exhausting, isn't it? There's a liberation, a quiet satisfaction that comes from recognizing someone who's truly in your corner, no conditions attached. That's when you start to see not just her intentions, but her soul reflected in every action, every word, every touch. Here's a question for you. How many times have you confused attention with love? Think about that as we move deeper into this. Let's talk about something most men completely overlook, the consistency of her emotions. True love doesn't appear in grand gestures or dramatic declarations alone. It's in the way she handles the quiet, ordinary moments, the mornings when you're grumpy, the late nights when life feels heavy, the times when your insecurities creep up and you want to shut the world out. She doesn't vanish when things are hard. She doesn't play mind games or withdraw affection to test you. Instead, she shows up day after day, even when it's inconvenient, even when no one is watching. Notice how she communicates. True love speaks honestly, not manipulatively. She doesn't say what she thinks you want to hear. She tells you what you need to hear, even if it challenges you. That's a rare kind of courage, and if you've never experienced it, you might mistake it for criticism or discomfort. But real love is not about making life easy. It's about making life authentic. Then there's the small, almost invisible actions that reveal the depth of her commitment. The way she remembers the tiny details you forget about yourself. How she notices when something weighs on your mind and asks before you even speak. How she defends your character when you're not around. Or how she silently supports your goals without demanding recognition. These are not grand romantic gestures. They are quiet acts that speak louder than words ever could. True love also allows freedom. She doesn't try to cage you, control your every move, or guilt you into loyalty. Instead, she trusts that your heart is hers, not because she owns it, but because she has earned it. And here's the paradox. The more you feel free with her, the more deeply connected you'll become. That's how love works. It grows where respect and trust are nurtured, not where fear or obligation rules. Watch for patience when mistakes happen. Watch for the absence of judgment when you're raw, vulnerable, or failing. True love doesn't run from the real you. It leans in. It stabilizes. It makes you feel like you can face the world without armor. That feeling, men, is the kind of love most people spend their lives chasing, but never recognize when it's in front of them. Ask yourself this: how many relationships have you left because you were chasing excitement instead of stability and authenticity? Hold on to that thought. It will make everything you see next feel unavoidable. Here's something most men never realize. True love is not just about comfort. It's about growth. A woman who truly loves you will challenge you in ways that feel uncomfortable at first. She won't settle for mediocrity, and she won't let you settle either. She will push you to become the man you're capable of being, not because she wants to control you, but because she sees your potential even when you doubt it yourself. And that's a rare, transformative kind of love. Notice how she handles conflict. True love doesn't escalate arguments for fun or manipulate you with silence. She communicates, even when it's hard. She listens, even when she disagrees. She wants resolution, not victory. And here's the truth: the moments she challenges you are the moments she trusts you enough to believe you can rise to the occasion. Anyone can smile when things are easy, but only love stands firm when the world pushes back. She also inspires reflection. True love makes you examine your habits, your fears, your ambitions. She asks questions that cut deeper than small talk, questions that make you confront who you are versus who you want to be. And when you answer honestly, she doesn't reject you. She celebrates the honesty. She rewards the effort. That is the kind of partnership that transforms a life. Pay attention to the balance between support and accountability. She doesn't coddle, and she doesn't abandon. She is there when you succeed, but she's also there when you fail, reminding you that your setbacks don't define you. They refine you. That's the paradox of true love. It nurtures and strengthens at the same time. It's a safe place that also ignites courage. The subtle signs are everywhere. The way she asks about your dreams, the way she notices when you're holding back, the way she smiles when you take responsibility instead of hiding from it. It's not flashy, it's not loud, but it's powerful. And when a man recognizes this, he starts to feel a loyalty and devotion that goes beyond attraction. He feels aligned with someone who sees him fully and pushes him to rise fully. Here's a question for you to consider. When was the last time a woman challenged you in a way that made you better without making you feel broken? Think about that carefully, because the answer might reveal whether you've ever truly experienced love. Let's dive into something most men completely overlook: emotional safety. True love is not just about passion or physical connection. It's about creating a space where you can be completely honest without fear of judgment, ridicule, or rejection. This woman allows you to show weakness, to admit mistakes, to express feelings that society tells you to bury. And here's the truth: if you've never experienced this, you've only known half of what love can feel like. Notice how she responds when you're vulnerable. Does she listen without interrupting, without offering immediate solutions, without turning the focus on herself? Or does she dismiss, mock, or minimize what you feel? True love absorbs your pain and mirrors it with understanding, not manipulation. She may not have all the answers, but she will never make you feel wrong for needing her presence, her empathy, her reassurance. That is a rare and priceless quality. True love also demonstrates empathy through action. It's not just about saying, "I understand." It's about adjusting, compromising, and showing care in subtle ways that you don't even realize at first. She notices when your mood dips, when stress tightens your chest, when your confidence wavers. She doesn't force change or lecture you. She aligns with you, offering support in ways that feel natural, not performative. These are the moments that reveal a woman's true devotion, when her love becomes a refuge rather than a challenge. Watch how she handles your mistakes and flaws. True love doesn't exploit your vulnerabilities. She doesn't hold grudges over minor slips or past failures. Instead, she encourages growth while maintaining unwavering acceptance. She understands that you are a work in progress, just as she is, and she embraces both the journey and the imperfections because she's invested in the real you, not an idealized version. Here's another subtle signal. She celebrates your victories without jealousy or competition. She feels genuinely proud when you succeed, and she never tries to undermine your accomplishments to boost her own ego. That kind of emotional alignment is rare because most people view relationships as battlegrounds rather than partnerships. Think about this. When was the last time you felt completely safe emotionally, like you could speak without fear and be heard without judgment? That feeling, men, is not casual. It is a signal, a warning even, that if it's missing, what you're experiencing is not true love. But if it's present, you've already touched a rare and life-changing connection. Now let's talk about something most men misunderstand: sacrifice and loyalty. True love isn't measured by grand romantic gestures or occasional gifts. It's measured by the small, consistent choices a woman makes every day to prioritize your bond, even when it costs her time, energy, or comfort. She doesn't keep score, and she doesn't broadcast her efforts. She simply chooses you repeatedly, quietly, because your connection matters more than convenience. Watch her in the moments when life gets messy, when family conflicts arise, when work pressures threaten to overwhelm, when sickness or financial strain enters your world. Does she stay? Does she offer support without hesitation, without resentment? That's the difference between infatuation and real love. Real love isn't conditional. It doesn't come with, "If you do this, I'll stay." It stays because it's rooted in a commitment deeper than fleeting emotions. Loyalty also manifests in protection, not of control, but of respect. She won't gossip about you, undermine you behind your back, or compete with your friendships. She defends your name when you're absent and respects the boundaries that keep your identity intact. That's a form of love most men overlook until it's gone, but it's one of the clearest signs that she's not just attracted to you, she's invested in you as a person. True love also requires sacrifice, not as a burden, but as a natural inclination. She might give up plans, late nights, or personal comforts to ensure your relationship thrives. But notice how she does it. Without resentment, without demand, without expectation. This is the invisible currency of love, far more valuable than flowers, chocolates, or empty words. A woman willing to invest her life in yours without keeping score is signaling a depth most men have never been taught to recognize. Then, there's the unspoken loyalty, the consistency of presence when the world feels chaotic. She doesn't disappear when life gets tough, and she doesn't vanish when excitement fades. She is steady, reliable, and unwavering. That steadiness, men, is a rare treasure. Many spend years chasing drama, passion, or novelty, never realizing that the true currency of lasting love is this quiet, steadfast loyalty. Ask yourself this: when you're faced with challenges, who stands beside you without question, without judgment, without hesitation? That person isn't just in your life. They are your anchor, and their love is a signal you cannot ignore. Now we reach something most men desperately crave but rarely recognize: trust and honesty. True love doesn't hide behind games, manipulation, or selective truths. She doesn't test you with silence, jealousy, or ultimatums. She tells you what she thinks, what she feels, and what she wants, even when it's uncomfortable. And here's the truth: honesty like this is rare because it requires courage, vulnerability, and a level of emotional maturity most people never develop. Notice how she handles transparency. Does she share her fears and insecurities, or does she only show the polished, perfect version of herself? True love is messy. It's imperfect. It's admitting mistakes without defensiveness. It's owning moments of doubt. It's being real, even when it risks conflict. And when a woman can do this consistently, she's signaling something extraordinary, that her connection with you is worth authenticity over ego. Trust goes both ways. She trusts you enough to let your heart be free, to let your flaws exist without judgment. She believes in your intentions and your capacity to grow. And when trust is broken, she seeks repair rather than revenge. She understands that love is stronger than pride, and alignment is more powerful than control. This is not casual, it is intentional, rare, and transformative. Look at her actions, not just her words. True love aligns behavior with commitment. She shows up when it counts. She keeps promises, small and large. She doesn't make excuses for disappearing, forgetting, or neglecting you. Every consistent act of honesty and transparency is a reinforcement of her devotion, a signal that her love is not temporary, conditional, or shallow. It is enduring and anchored in reality. Another critical aspect: she communicates openly about your relationship itself. She doesn't avoid the hard conversations. She doesn't sweep problems under the rug or pretend that issues don't exist. Instead, she engages in dialogue because she values the health of the connection more than the comfort of silence. That willingness to confront reality, to discuss challenges without fear, is one of the clearest signs that she loves you genuinely. Here's a question to reflect on. When was the last time a woman's words and actions aligned so perfectly that you felt completely seen, respected, and trusted? If that's rare in your life, pay attention, because true love is signaling itself in the subtleties you've been overlooking. Now let's bring everything together. True love is not just one moment, one gesture, or one feeling. It is a pattern, a symphony of signals that, when recognized, changes the way a man experiences life. It's the combination of acceptance, emotional consistency, growth, empathy, loyalty, trust, and honesty. Each of these qualities alone can be subtle, easy to miss, but together they form a rare alignment that is almost impossible to ignore once you see it. A woman who loves you truly doesn't just make you feel wanted. She makes you feel safe, seen, and challenged all at the same time. She doesn't just admire the man you are, she inspires the man you could become. She doesn't just comfort you, she holds space for your growth, your mistakes, and your ambitions. And when she does this consistently, over months and years, you begin to realize that love isn't fleeting. It isn't dramatic. It's intentional, unwavering, and transformative. Think about the patterns we've discussed. She accepts you fully. She shows up consistently. She challenges you to grow. She offers empathy without judgment. She invests loyalty without counting costs. And she communicates with honesty and trust. When you see all these together, you're no longer guessing. You're witnessing authentic love in action. And the men who recognize this are the ones who stop chasing illusions, stop settling for temporary highs, and start building a partnership that elevates both lives. Here's the most important truth. True love rarely shouts. It whispers. It's quiet, steady, and sometimes so subtle that if you're not paying attention, you'll mistake it for ordinary companionship. But when you learn to read the signs, the micro moments, the patterns, the consistency, you begin to see the rare gem in front of you. And when you do, your life changes forever. So here's something for you to do. Think about every relationship you've had and identify one moment where a woman showed you these signs of true love. Now, ask yourself, did you notice it at the time or only now? Write your answer in the comments below. If this message resonated with you, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share it with a friend who needs to hear this truth today. Love is rare, men, but once you recognize it, everything else falls into perspective.